Well, Dragon Prince fans, don't you just love waking up in the morning and getting brand new news for Season 6? It's a great thing. Let's keep this going. What's going on, you guys? James here with some real news, and excuse me if I sound stuffy, I've just been crying over the fact that we got episodes 2 and 3 revealed, at least the titles revealed, for Season 6 of The Dragon Prince. I'm so excited to dive into these titles, tell you what I think about them, and hopefully we'll be getting the puzzle for episode 4. Now, if you missed out, I did a video last week talking about these new puzzles to reveal the episode titles for Season 6, and we talked about episode 1's titles. So if you don't want to miss out on news going forward, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, like this video, guys, and get loud in the comments below and let me know some of your theories for episodes 2 and 3. I'm really excited to see how this narrative progresses just based on the titles alone. Now, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into the news. Last Friday, co-creator of The Dragon Prince and friend of the channel, Ehasz, shared on X the title of episode 2, which is Love, War, and Mushrooms. Now, if you remember from last week, my guess wasn't too far off. I got Love and War correct, but I guessed it was going to be Love, War, and Mages, because Mushroom Mage, Muko, you know, who's going to be healing Zubeia, hopefully, to begin Season 6 of The Dragon Prince, but I was close, and it's really cool to see some of the guesses, and especially the guesses for episode 2 and episode 3. So I'm very excited to see how the fandom continues to guess, but some of my favorite guesses for episode 3 were not the actual title of episode 3, funnily enough. But right after that post revealing episode 2's title, Aaron began teasing the puzzle for episode 3, saying, and I quote, "Incoming hashtag The Dragon Prince title puzzle for 603. A poem we have crafted for thee. At journey's end lies the title of 603. Hilarious. I actually think that's pretty clever. It was really cool to see that him and Justin Richmond, you know, the other co-creator of The Dragon Prince, are going back and forth on these puzzles. So Justin Richmond replied, but not with images and not with text, but with a photo of a poem that I believe was written by the lead writer and producer of The Dragon Prince, Devin Gill, and I hope I pronounced Devin's name correctly. But let's read this poem together, and I'm going to do my best, so alright, cue me in. Great Captain Skull on the map did scrawl, a journey by river and sea. From the isle without name, her legend she claimed, sailing north, she called herself free. Through forest and flowers, past the uneven towers, our great captain adventured ahead. To the east were the fields, autumn's bountiful fields? Oh gosh, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But Skull did not hunger for bread. Skull hungered for glory, she wanted a story, they'd tell it long after she'd died. So with winter's wind blowing, she sailed north foraging a man who'd have made her his bride. Ooh, a romance. Alone in the cold, yet ever so bold, Skull made her mark on the map. That northernmost hook is in every book, and yet what became of the cap? What's one mark on the world? Her sails unfurled, there was so much more to behold. And oh, winter wailed as east she sailed into waters so deadly and cold. Then came the ice, entrapped in its vice, the great captain spent her last days. And while she found peace, she wished that, at least, she'd told him she loved him always. Why did that ending make me sad? It got me in my feels, and Aaron did say that these episode titles would get us in our feels, but I didn't know the puzzles would also do the same. Man, it's like sad but like bittersweet, you know? It was a cool poem. I loved reading it with you guys. So you would probably think, okay, you know, the guess has something to do with this captain's name, Skull. Maybe it could be something to do with a place on the map, which I thought was the case too. So after so many amazing guesses, the answer to the puzzle was actually the Frozen Ship. And yes, that's the name of episode 3, the Frozen Ship. And this better not be a play on words when it comes to Rayla and Callum, because we ship them together, but they better not be frozen. We need that ship to continue. But I did really like a lot of the guesses by the fans. In the mentions on X, one of them was Skull's Hook. And I actually I love that title. So I think that would have been super epic. But the frozen ship is not bad. I know it's a nod. It has to be a nod to one of the Fire Navy ships we see in Avatar The Last Airbender in the original series, frozen in the ice. You remember in season 1, book 1 rather, where we see the frozen ship that Katara and Aang go and discover, and they were not supposed to. But yeah, that's gotta be an Easter egg, a little something for fans of Avatar The Lost Airbender. Now, we did get one character reveal based on this poem, and that's the sea captain who was referenced, and their name is Esmeralda Skull, according to Aaron Ehasz. Now, does this mean we're gonna meet Esmeralda Skull in season 6? I don't think so. This poem does sound like it was written based on a character long ago. Doesn't mean we'll get them in a flashback. I don't even think that's the case either. I think we're just gonna come upon this ship, and then maybe a story will be told from the characters in the moment, but we're not going to see Esmeralda Skull in season 6 if I had to take a good guess. However, what does this mean? What is this title signifying? Well, I think it has to do with an adventure we're going to see unfold. Now, I love that the Dragon Prince is already established. We have some duos that generally go on these trips, right? On these adventures. You have Claudia and Terry, right? They go on these adventures with Viren, who's in a comatose state, but not for much longer. And then you have Rayla and Callum. Now, the one thing I love is that this is not definitive, right? The title is not giving away anything crazy. It's just the frozen ship. What is this frozen ship? If I had to guess, it's gonna be Raylan traveling together, and they're trying to get to the Star Scraper. And when they do that, they eventually come upon this frozen ship that maybe has a quasar diamond in it. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. And who knows who's guarding this ship, or who has eyes on Raylan following them to this ship. So it doesn't sound like this is going to be a happy episode. I hate to break it to you guys, this probably is going to be an adventure, yes, but it's not going to be one full of lovey-dovey stuff. It's probably going to be hard on Raylan to travel, come across this frozen ship, and there's a reason they're signifying it in the title. I wonder, will Finnegan come back from the dead? No, I'm totally kidding. That is not happening. So it's time to recap the 3 episode titles we've gotten so far. Season 6, Episode 1 is called Star Touched. Episode 2, Love, War, and Mushrooms. And with Episode 3, The Frozen Ship. So you're probably wondering, what about Episode 4? Well, the puzzle is supposed to be up probably soon after you finish watching this video, so I'm really excited. Will it be another picture puzzle, or maybe another poem? It sounds like they're having fun with this and they're very intentional, so they know what's coming next. They're not planning this at the last minute, so I'm curious. Maybe, just maybe, one of these episodes we get an actor, like a Jack DeSena or a Paula Burrows, and they're giving the hint. Something like, what is black with stripes, or what is XYZ, so we're going to be able to understand that maybe they're hinting towards a character or an animal in the show, or they could just go right out and say the title of the episode is this. No, it won't be that easy, but I cannot wait to come back on the channel and talk to you about episode 4 and its title, all of my theories, and so much more. So if you don't want to miss out, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, you guys, if you haven't already, and get loud in the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on the first 3 episode titles, and which one so far is your favorite? I think so far mine is still Star Touched. That for me gives a very good vibe of the show. It gives off that vibe, but I do love the Frozen Ship as well. Love, War, and Mushrooms is not a bad title. It's not one that excites me right away, but I'm hoping to be surprised at the end of episode 2. So I can't wait to get into episode 4 and beyond. So again, guys, stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening. Oh man, we are getting fed, Dragon Prince family. We really are.